Hello again guys, it's Keith with Bulletproof RC, and I'm back with you to share a new vehicle. This is the Cen Colossus XT. I've had this vehicle a few weeks, and I've been working on it to get it where I want it before I showed it to you. And give you a little backstory on why I did what I did with this vehicle and where I'm at. A few years ago I had a Savage XL that I built from the ground up with all aftermarket components. I went to Dollar Hobbies and bought the transmission cases and Alza Racing for a center diff mount. I put FLM chassis TVPs on it with Innovative RC shock mounts and LST shocks. The end result was an amazing vehicle that could be bashed all day long at a BMX park, jump it off your roof, you name it. The vehicle just come back begging for more. So fast forward to 2017, started getting the itch for a monster truck again, and I was looking at Savages, thinking about building another vehicle like I had before. Now keep in mind, the stock Savage truck is plagued with a locked center transmission. The reason I say it's plagued is that makes the vehicle almost uncontrollable on 6S, and it causes transmission failures in the front and rear end. You put a Alza differential in the center of it, it completely transforms the truck into a vehicle that will not brake, it will not stop, and you'll never have to open up your diffs again. The Cen Colossus comes out of the box with a center diff, but I didn't stop there. I wanted to go a little bit further and make the vehicle my own. So let's pull the shell and I'll show you some things I've done to this vehicle. Guys, I started off with going to Alza Racing. Alza Racing makes some amazing parts for several vehicles, including the Cen Colossus. So I bought the 5mm TVPs from them. Disregard the Innovative RC sticker. That's some stickers I had from a previous build, and I just stuck them on the side of the chassis because those are Innovative RC shocks. But the Alza TVPs are just absolutely beautiful works of art. The fit and finish is amazing, and it increases the durability of this vehicle. Also from Alza, installed the center differential mount, which uses the stock differential. It comes with the two plates and mounts up flawlessly, especially with the Alza TVPs. I did reduce the gearing down to a 10 tooth. Out of the box, this vehicle comes with a 12 tooth pinion, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a 64 tooth spur. So it's a massive spur in this thing. But even with that massive spur, 12 tooth pinion is over geared for this vehicle, in my opinion, with the stock tires and the stock electronics. Reducing it down to a 10 tooth is highly recommended, simply going by motor temperatures. Also, I went with, as mentioned there previously, Innovative RC shocks. These are the shocks that they made for the Savage. They are the same exact size as an LST XXL shock, but they are much more beefier. The aluminum thickness and construction and the shafts and everything, I don't know the exact sizes, but they are just flat out amazing. You're never going to break these shocks. You're never going to wear them out. They're just ridiculous. Look at the shock ends on that guy. They are huge. Now, these are not Innovative RC springs. I went over to eBay and picked up some Raven RC dual rate springs for the LST, and I had these same springs on my Savage with LST shocks, and it just literally lands like it's landing on a pillow. So I highly recommend these shock springs if you have LST shocks on any monster truck. They're just fantastic. Upgraded the servo to a Savox 2270. There's absolutely no way to show it to you guys. It's buried in there, and I've got a chassis plate on the bottom. So anyway, take my word for it. That's a Savox 2270, which cranks out 444 ounces of torque, inch ounces of torque that is, at 7.4 volts. in order to achieve the 7.4 volts, I went with a Hobby Wing UBEC that is has a maximum of 20 amps. That is the stock Hobby Wing 150 amp ESC that comes with the vehicle. Went with a T-bone front bumper just because I like the way it looks and I think it's going to be more durable. Show you some more of that in a minute. Back here in the back, I got the adjustable battery tray from Cen and the optional wheelie bar that can be mounted to the stock bumper. Let's look at the bottom of the vehicle. On the bottom, that is an Alza Racing center skid plate that mounts up only to the Alza chassis. Keep that in mind. That nice T-bone bumper extends all the way back to behind the steering rack. A lot of protection there, guys. In the rear, I just de-anodized the stock rear skid plate to match everything. And you're probably wondering what the heck's up with the tires. I didn't like using 23mm hexes. The stock tires, well, these aren't stock. I did buy this vehicle secondhand, guys, off eBay, but mine came with the pin tires, and I sanded all the chrome off and painted the wheels black. I don't like the big chrome wheel look personally, and these do okay, but I wanted some Pro-Line meat on the vehicle, and the only thing I could figure out was to go ahead and convert to 17mm in order to use Pro-Line tires. These are Pro-Line Rock Rage, which the specs say they're 7.15 inch tall. When I measured them, they measured out at 7 inches, so they're not quite 7.15. The stock tires are 7.25, so they're a little larger, but all in all, pretty happy. And I have the versatility of being able to use a lot of different manufacturer tires on this vehicle since I went with 17mm hexes. Now, Cen does offer a 17mm hex set that you can buy, but I just went with MT4G3 hexes, and I did have to shim them using 8x10mm bushings, not bushings, shims, excuse me. And using the shims, I was able to make the MT4G3 hexes work. The MT4G3 hexes are also a little bit wider than stock, so it gives you a little bit wider stance using these tires. And using these tires, which are a little bit smaller in diameter, using a 10-tooth pinion, the electronics really woke up on this vehicle, and the motor stays cool. I did use a Racing dual heatsink motor fan. That was in my parts bin. It used to be blue. I de-anodized that so it would match everything. I did use that, but now that I've got this vehicle geared the way it is now, it performs flawlessly and does not create a lot of heat in the motor like the stock setup does. So that's my upgrades, guys. Let's get the body back on. Right, and there she is with the body back on. By the way, Pro-Line Rock Rages are the largest tire Pro-Line makes for a 3.8 17mm wheel, by the way. They are larger than the Badlands, larger than the Trenchers, so that's why I chose the Rock Rage. They are soft, they are plush, and they give you that extra little bit of cushion as you're coming off jumps for protection on all the plastic components on this vehicle. That's the T-bone front bumper. Let's get over here around my light, and you can see this thing just mean looking. It's pretty sweet. I'll show you a couple other things, guys. Using my Spectrum DX4C to control the vehicle, and I chose to use Power Hobby 5200 milliamp 50C batteries. They just came up when you do Cen Colossus searches. They're a perfect fit for the stock battery tray, and my 3S batteries, I've had them for several years, and I wanted something fresh. I didn't want to expend a lot of money, and these are great on a budget. They have plenty of power for this vehicle. Performs awesome with these batteries. Just thought I'd share that. But as for this video, guys, I think that'll do it. As always, like and subscribe. The shoe fits, and have a great day.